Hi, my name is Jim Gray. I'm a real estate agent and a professional real estate agent coach. In the last 14 months, I have spoken to 537 agents. Yeah, that's right, 537. And what I can tell you is those conversations revolved around strategic options to grow that agent's business. And what has come up increasingly lately is the question, Jim, do you think a digital brokerage might be the right move for me? And so what I thought I would do is do a quick review of one of the more popular digital brokerages that there are right now to choose from, Fathom Realty. Now, when you are picking any brokerage, but a digital brokerage in particular, there are 5 characteristics that you definitely want to look closely at. The first is the compensation plan. This is very important. Number 2 is the business tools. What do you get? Is it put together for you, and what does it cost? Number 3 is training. Especially as it pertains to a digital brokerage, there is no physical office space to go to. So what is the breadth of the training? What kind of training is it? How do you access the training, right? And what's the frequency of it? Very important questions. Agent support. Again, because there is no physical office to go into, you have to decide how much support do you think you're going to need and how do you want that support delivered to you. Again, in the digital space, there'll be no physical office to go into. So you have to decide, are you okay with not having many, if any at all, in-person meetings with any of the infrastructural elements of a brokerage, like a broker or agent services or accounting, right? And then finally, the company. You definitely want to take into account just the company in general. And one of the primary things you want to consider is how big is the company and what kind of brand identity does it have in the country, if any. So I'm going to touch briefly on all of this as it pertains to Fathom Realty, and I think you'll find this useful. So let's start with the compensation plan. This really is a powerful and attractive benefit, I think, of Fathom. Fathom is a 100% company, so there is no split on your commission to Fathom. You keep 100% of the commission. Now, there are fees, of course. So there is what's called a pre-cap transaction fee of $450. There is a post-cap transaction fee of $99, and then there is one annual flat fee of $500. Okay, so that pre-cap transaction fee on your first 12 transactions, you keep 100% of the commission and you just pay a flat fee of $450. Once you get to your 13th transaction and beyond, your fee goes from $450 to $99. And then each fiscal year, the company charges you a flat $500 that comes out of your first closing. Now, here's the thing with fees and splits. They can sound really cheap or really expensive, but you never really know until you look at the fees really in context of running a projection, a scenario. All right, so let's do that. All right, so in this table, we're considering, let's say you were at Fathom and let's say you did 12 deals, right? Let's assume that your average deal is $7,500 in gross commission. That would be an average sale price of about $250,000. That would be an average commission of about 3%. So those 12 transactions would produce $90,000 in gross commission income, okay? You pay $450 on each of those 12 transactions. So your total fees to EXP on the transactional side would be $5,400. You didn't cap, right? So there were no $99 fees, and you paid your $500 flat fee. So out of the $90,000, Fathom takes $5,900 and you net $84,000, or Fathom costs you 7%. So it's the same as having a 93-7 split. Does that make sense? So there really is no such thing as a 100% brokerage. There are always fees, and in this case, Fathom costs you 7%. It's still a great deal just based on the fees, right? So let's just say you went from 12 and let's say you did 18. Let's just kind of watch how these numbers play out. Okay, so in this scenario, those 18 deals you did produced $135,000 in gross commission income. You paid $5,400 in your pre-cap transaction fee, but then you capped at 12 transactions, and then that fee reduced to $99 for the remaining transactions. So you paid $594 on the reduced cap transaction fee, right? And then you paid your $500 flat. So the total fees for Fathom in this example are about $6,500. So you grossed $135, you netted $128 and change, and the brokerage cost you about 5%. So this is the same as being on a 95-5 split. We'll do one more. Let's just say you get to 30 transactions, right? So 30, watch these numbers, kabooming. You grossed $225,000. Your total fees to Fathom were about $7,700, and you kept about $217,000, and the brokerage only cost you 3%. So this is a very, very profitable scenario to an agent. So on the fees side, Fathom really is an attractive option. All right. Now, that is not the only comp plan that Fathom has, okay? Fathom is a publicly traded company on the NASDAQ, and so they have a full stock award program as well. I'm going to explain this. Now, the thing you should know about stock award programs with publicly traded companies, especially in the real estate spaces, they can change, right? There are nuances of them. So what I'm telling you is, at the time of this video, this is what the stock program is, but it could be that by the time you actually see this video, there could be some changes here, right, or adjustments. All right, so what Fathom is incentivizing its agents to do is to invite other agents to the company. And when you do that, they reward you with stock awards. So if you were to invite one agent to the company, they would give you $500 worth of stock, right? On agents 2 and 3, you would get $1,000 worth of stock. So I want you to think about something. If you invited 3 agents to the company, you would get $2,500 worth of stock. Not bad, right? Let's say you invited 6 agents. On agents 4 through 6, you would get $1,000. So actually, you get $500 for the first agent, and then for agents 2 through 6, you get, or actually 2 through 5, you get $1,000. So think about this. On agents 1 through 3, you got paid $2,500. Let's say you invited 6. On those agents, you would get $6,000 in stock awards. Not bad. Let's just say that you invited a full 12 agents. Well, on agents 6 through 12, well, actually on agents 6 through 10, you get $1,500 in stock awards, and then on agents 11 and 12, you get $2,000. So if you were to, in 1 year, invite 12 agents who came to the company, you would get $16,000 in total stock awards. And here's something that's interesting. What Fathom does is they say, okay, every agent going forward now is worth $2,000 to you in stock. So once you hit that magical 12th agent, the next agent that comes on, they're $2,000, and if you keep inviting agents, you're going to continue to get stock awards that are valued at $2,000 in stock at the time that agent joins the company. Here's the other thing. Fathom will also give you stock awards when you have closings. Okay? So there are really 2 facets to Fathom's stock plan. There is the comp plan, which primarily is fees, and there's the stock program, which is tied to agent recruitment. Those 2 things together is what can make up your full compensation package at Fathom.